Good evening again. Uh, this introducing international tourism, the Kotte, is a present wetland capital of, actually recognized ours as the best wetland capital in 2018. To develop Kotte as a unique ecocultural tourism destination that combines biodiversity, history, and urban regeneration, our community-based partners are Internet Asia, Kotte Heritage Foundation, who are trying to keep all the monuments that are there, remaining monuments intact. It has been a huge struggle by the Kotte Heritage Foundation. They have been there for some time because even the rampart has been encroached. There have been unauthorized buildings that are happening. So we want to encourage this Kotte Heritage Foundation to continue in preserving all the landmark remaining monuments. Because Kotte never was a place that was abandoned. All the other cities that we are talking about, kingdoms that were other than the Kandyan kingdom, they have been abandoned because of food security. Like Anuradhapura moved to Polonnaruwa, Navadaniya, all these places, what happened was they shifted the capital because there was no food security. But Kotte evolved into urbanization and became, actually Colombo is what the Portuguese created. It's a port city. Real capital is Kotte. And we also have wetland and nature conservation. We also have Mother Lanka helping all the entrepreneurs with cottage industries to market their products. We have public sector partners. You've seen on both sides, there are so many. But of course, the governor's office, which created a task force with Dr. Dulanitya, we were part of that. And then we evolved into this particular project with the help of Western Province Tourist Board. And we are grateful to Dr. Prasad for giving us the leadership in that direction. We have also the Minister of Entrepreneurship Development, Honorable Deputy Minister Chaturanga, helping us, and also NEDA, chaired by our CBO's President, Mr. Lakshman Abhishek. And also we have the Urban Development Authority helping us because we can't provide the infrastructure. We have to get them. Today, they've done a lot of things in the Diyaduina Battagana Wetland Park to make sure. And also we have the Minister of Foreign Affairs, of course. Most of the dignitaries who are invited here from foreign missions have come with them. The Department of Archaeology of Sri Lanka, which is very important to preserve these monuments. And also we have, as I said, NEDA, always trying to encourage the entrepreneurship. Then Department of Cultural Affairs, because places like Apegama should be 24/7 tourism. I think the Honorable Governor mentioned that there is a need to create a marketplace for tourism. We have Helavedakama, we have cuisine that is so delicious that foreigners would love to taste them. And we also have many other things that we can promote at Apegama that was tailor-made to promote as a 24/7 city that never sleeps or center that never sleeps. We also have for our key stakeholders, which I mentioned, most of the public sector and private sector partnerships who have become our key stakeholders here. And also we have private sector partners. SNP became our banker for this event, so I'm very grateful to them. DSI provided their propaganda vehicle and they were making an amazing job. And then Green Tourism Partner, we have the Skills Development Organization, which is run by Mr. Prasad. And we also have Mother Lanka Dream Studio, which partnered us for this event. And we also have Hilton extending their support. Very grateful to them because they have to, as the Honorable Deputy Minister of Tourism said, the hotel rooms have to be filled. And this attraction starts from their countries. They book. If They want to see Kotte. Kotte is the capital, but it's not on the TripAdvisor. From today, we hope it goes on to the TripAdvisor that Kotte is the capital, where you can see all these fantastic ancient culture, ancient monuments, as well as the wetlands that are beautiful, and bird watchers, butterfly watchers. Birders go quite a long way, to actually witness these rare birds that are around. So you don't have to go far. You can come to Kotte and witness them. We have three wetlands that have been created: the Baddagana wetland, then the Rampart wetland, and the Asaravuyana. So all these three can be developed further to attract tourism, as the Honorable Prime Minister said, local tourists as well, because there are a lot of Kotte is commuter land, but there are a lot of people in Kotte, residents of Kotte, who don't realize the beauty and the advantages of tourism. And also, we want to attract high-end tourism, like in the Maldives. People come to relax. To Sri Lanka, they go to the beaches. They are budget holidays. People go to the Maldives, high spenders. They have 7-star resorts. They spend a lot of money. Kotte tourism has to be for high-end. Even homestay has to be at a very high level. So we expect the government, because all the providers of tourist services have to be registered with the tourism board or tourism development authority. So therefore, we have to make sure that the standards are maintained. Very high standards are expected of Kotte tourism. And we want high-end tourists who come and basically give their patronage to us. I think Water's Edge is also developing rooms. I think 27 rooms have been opened, and there are 50 rooms being developed. I think that has to go further. We have to have hotels in Kotte that can accommodate high-end tourists. So we also have Apegama, as I said, and there has been a Colombo tour run by this organization before COVID. Actually, they did this with a canopy and all that. They had an organization doing that. So Ebert Silver Holidays have been the pioneers of doing that. So we expect them to help us with the Kotte tourism as well. By the way, please rise. We have to give, she has a very busy schedule, our Honorable Prime Minister. Thank you for gracing this occasion. It was great having you, and being inspiration that you gave was terrific. Thank you so much. Okay, please, you're for the Prime Minister. Thank you. Your inspiration helped us to make it sustainable in Kotte, the Kingdom of Kotte. Thank you. Then we have a very important segment, which we call auto rickshaws. You call them tuk-tuk. They might not be tuk-tuk for long, because the importation of only EV vehicles are now going to be permitted. So therefore they'll be silent. They won't create the noise of tuk-tuk. But they're auto rickshaws, a beautiful concept. Do you remember those days we see in the pictures, a rickshaw is being drawn by somebody, and two foreigners usually sit at the back. It's the same concept with auto rickshaw. One is riding in front. I saw some pictures of today. It was marvelous, and the foreigners love it. They will spend. One of my friends from the UK came with his wife. He traveled from Galle to Colombo in a trishaw, and had a fantastic experience. He said it's an unbelievable experience, which he would recommend to anybody. So that's what we want. But the trishaw drivers, they have to be taught how to give the service to the tourists, especially the high-end tourists. So that is another skills development that we have undertaken, a community-based organization. We will help them to come under the umbrella, and then train auto rickshaw drivers to give high-end tourism. Then we also have our partners. We have many travel organizations. For this one, Open Arc Holidays have come forward, but there are many travel and tour organizations who can promote Kingdom of Kotte tourism. Because, as I said, the pull happens from the country where they are. They look at TripAdvisor, look at the experiences they can have. And the people who are interested in art, culture, you won't believe that there is an image of Queen Victoria painted in 1887 on the approach to the reclining Buddha's chamber at Kotte Rajamavihara. That was during the Golden Jubilee. They actually renovated the whole Rajamavihara and they painted the image of Queen Victoria. Can you imagine? There are people in the UK who are following the royal family. They worship the royal family and they are big spenders. They will go to any lengths to come and see an image of Queen Victoria in a Buddhist temple. And the main Buddhist temple which has been holding the Rajamavihara Perahera, unbroken tradition, is 125th, but since the 15th century, that Perahera has been going. That is the original Dalada Perahera. Of course, in the 14th century, when the Temple of the Tooth was created in Sri Lanka, it started. But the last Rajamavihara Perahera is the one which unified Sri Lanka. We talk about Kandy. Kandy only had the exposure to the British. But Kotte, as the Honorable Prime Minister said, was influenced by the Indian invasions from the north, the Vijayanagara Empire. Then we had the Chinese doing trade and running the country as a protectorate for some time because Parakrama VI was a child king at the age of 12. So we have all these foreign influences, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the French, and the British. They have influence. So we can always market the fact that they have left some mark in the kingdom of Kotte. I spoke about Kotte Heritage Foundation. You see some of the monuments that are left behind. This is story tourism. We have a story to tell. How Kotte became so interesting place for archaeologists, people who want to trace the history of Sri Lanka, the culture. It's a melting pot of culture in Kotte. So that is a unique thing, and we Kotte residents should be proud that we are from Kotte. I know the Canadians are proud because that was the last kingdom, right? But Kingdom of Kotte was the last kingdom of unified Sri Lanka. So we should have that tag with the pride. We are citizens of Kotte. And this Kotte Heritage Foundation has been doing a sterling job, and I think the government should facilitate to make sure that that continues. We have identified there are about 20, but 15 places that we can develop immediately, where archaeological sites are there already. As a tourist trail, this is a cultural and historical trail that we can develop. So this we have to concentrate on because this is a wetland capital, and it was developed by Alakeshwaran in the 14th century and became the capital that united Sri Lanka in the 15th century. So this is a future. We don't have a gate, like Gate of India is there in Delhi. There are so many places like London, Paris, which landmarks that people go to see. Now Kotte needs that. So we need something innovative. We have Salalini Sandesh motive for that kind of futuristic bridge or gate that will lead to Kotte. We have a nice bridge. I think on top of that, if you put a bridge to say that you are entering the kingdom of Kotte, that would be lovely. Right? We have to have all these things in place in order to attract tourism, make it sustainable. So we also have the monuments that are reserved, which have to be developed for parking, for facilities that are there, public amenities have to be developed. So that is another challenge that we have. Emotional intelligence and life skills training team. As of now, we have these highly skilled people, trained 40 of them, and they have been supported by international United Nations grants, World Bank. They're all interested. We made a presentation to the World Bank. They were very encouraged. They said this has potential. So we are confident that we can go forward with that. And the wetland capitals are actually guided by these trained and registered guides, nature guides. There are 40 of them at the moment. We want to expand because the idea is the benefits of tourism. The revenue should go to the people. There's a lot of poverty in Kotte. There are a lot of lack of opportunities in Kotte. So in order to develop that, we've got to attract some kind of revenue-making industries. So tourism is a best example which can spin off to transport, then cottage industries where they can sell souvenirs, make apegama for Hela Vedakama, and also Sri Lankan cuisine. So this emotional intelligence and life skills, they have their partners. As I said, there's international support for them, and also they're supported by local agencies as well. 40 community members from Kotte have been developed into trained, sustainable wetland tourist guides. So they are the experts. And wetland conservation is something that we must do. And there is an international conference in October. I think we will probably be invited because they already organized that. So we as Kotte Green Tourism Network will be proud to take part in this international wetland. First time we're going to be having a conference on wellness and wetlands 2025, protecting wetlands for our common future. As I said, we've got the help of, there's the keynote speakers. You can imagine how Adivasi, Urvarage Manilatto, and also Professor Susan Clayton, a globally respected environmental psychologist from College of Worcester, USA. So we have international interest in wetlands of Kotte and wellness in general. So, dear friends, honorable guests, Kotte Green Tourism Network, a community-based organization which was basically the brainchild of our honorable Governor Hanif Yusuf, and encouraged and supported and inspired by our MP, Kotte MP for Colombo District, Deputy Minister Chaturanga Abesing. So we are thankful that you are here. This is what we accomplished today, the inaugural tour of the Kingdom of Kotte. Now this is not all, the evening is not over. We have an Angampura show that will be displayed at Tunapaha. So all the invited dignitaries are invited to make your way to Tunapaha, witness that Angampura where they're having a stage in the middle, and after that they can all return here for dinner and networking. So I hope you had a productive evening today. Your time is the most valuable thing that we can give. And I hope that you can take good memories and memories of sustainable tourism creating, because countries are developed by community-based organizations. Governments can support and facilitate, but unless the people come forward and do something for themselves, it always will be a waste. We know the wasteland of Hambantota, because there's no community support. So this is why the community support is important. These places that like Jaffna, then Kegol, Gurunagal, Vidigam, those are places that have similar cultural and heritage and resources which can be showcased, which have to be shown to the world, right? So those are models that can be developed using the Kotte as a model. We hope Kotte will become a smart city, will become a city where thriving, happy people will remain. Happiness index is something we want to introduce, start from Kotte. Make people happy so that Sri Lanka can become a country with people who are happy. I think that is the aspiration of the new government as well, not so new now. They have been there for almost like 8 months. So we aspire for a happy nation with the development, sustainable development. So thank you all for your patient listening. And thank you all the dignitaries. Now I invite you to please make your way to the Tunapaha area where the Angampura show will be presented to you. And then please return here because the dinner will be set at this venue at the Eagle Hall. Thank you very much and have a pleasant evening and take away brilliant memories.